All right, what's up guys, Trevor here, and we're gonna get into another Athletic for Life upper body day today. So we are gonna start down here in the basement, do a little bit of warm up, a little bit of fun, a little bit of play, get everything good, ready to go, and then we're gonna hit our upper body. So we're gonna start warm up, we're gonna do a little bit of crawls, some tumbling, rolling, do some tennis ball, messing around with the tennis ball, cartwheels, things like that. Get everything going. Finish the warm-up with impulses on the arms, the chest, shoulders. Get everything prepped. Then we're going to get into more of our speed power phase of the workout. Then hit strength, and then hit a little bit of pump and tissue building at the end. Get that armor up. So we are ready to go. Get the guns looking good. Get the chest feeling good. But making it athletic as well. It's not just strictly building strength. It's not just strictly powerlifting, bodybuilding. Aspects of those go into the training, but we're also making it athletic. And that's a lot of times where the warm-up comes in, doing just fun, athletic stuff, things that most people don't do. You'll do your typical warm-up, here's your typical warm-up. Oh, let's do some stretching, some arm circles, whatever that stuff is. That doesn't do much. It doesn't get you prepared, especially when you're trying to move fast, explosive, and be strong. So we're going to do some crawls, get the spine moving, get the shoulders, get the hips, even getting the hips on the upper body day. Because you, again, think about it, benching, you're using your legs and all these different things. So you want to get everything warmed up, prepped, ready to go. Warm-up doesn't have to be anything specific. Dynamic warm-up doesn't have to be your typical skips and stretching and things like that. It can be fun. Make it athletic, make it moving. You're going to feel better. And then in turn, you're going to probably look better too. But a lot of that looking better comes with what you do outside of the gym. So we're going to hit a little bit of a warm up here, and then we'll get into our actual training session. So here we go. And I guess I shouldn't say actual training session, because the warm up is part of your training. It is a lot of times it's overlooked, but a lot of times it's also too much put on it with these people who have these specific warm-ups, these dynamic warm-ups, these 6-phase warm-ups, these dynamic warm-ups with the same damn thing every day. That gets really, really boring. So that warm-ups a lot of times where you get a lot of the variety, the exposing your body to a lot of different movements, different variations, different ranges of motions, things like that. So let's get going. All right, first movements of the day. We are going to start with a falling to catch in the push-up position and do plyo push-ups. So we're going to drop on the pads, a little bit of cushioning for our wrists, and allow us to get a little bit deeper range of motion when we catch it too, so we're not just stiff. And then we'll explode right into push-ups onto the ground, probably 3 reps there. And we're going to do a half kneeling explosive band row. So from up on the top of the, we're going to attach the rope or the band to the top of the rack here, the pull bar, and explode down that way. And then we're going to go in, back inside. Try that one first. Then we're going to go back inside and do a med ball slam into a catch, into a kind of a shuffle side toss. Really work on that explosive rotation there. So that's going to be our first 3 movements. More speed, explosive, violent on these ones. Again, we want to be violent on our strength work too, but again, it's going to be heavier, so it's going to look slower even though we're trying to move it as fast as possible. So this is going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more explosive, a little bit more violent. So start with the push-ups. Way too light. Feels so empty in here now that I've moved everything up. So we're going to slam. So just starting tough in here because again we don't have a high ceiling. So just a slam, catch it, shuffle, and a side toss. So next up, we are going to hit our horizontal push and pull. Focus mainly on strength here. We're going to do a pause. So pause at the bottom, bench press, band resisted as well. So bands are going to be pulling us down faster than normal gravity. So we're going to pause at the bottom. Just that's where I'm weakest, right? That but most people are weak, especially in a bench and a squat, things like that, where you get stuck at the bottom. So we're going to pause at the bottom and then explode up. For each rep, we're going to pause at the bottom. Probably, I think like a 2-second pause somewhere there. Nothing super long, but just enough pause to get rid of the momentum from that stretch reflex. Then we are going to do a prone dumbbell alternating row. So put up the bench in an incline, lay against it, and just alternate. Kind of work on not everything working together all the time. Get a little bit more rotation with the alternating rows as well. So I'll do sets of 6 on that. Then we're going to go back in. I don't know if I'll video these, but we'll do our work on our spine. Glute ham raise machine. We're going to do spine extension, so crunches, but we're going to do a little bit of twists as well. So just a little bit of spine extension and a little bit more twisting of the spine. So again, give the spine some love. It's meant to move. It's not just meant to anti-rotate or whatever people tell you your core is for. That's part of it. It's one role, but your spine is meant to bend, to flex, to extend, to bend side to side, to rotate, twist, and turn, and all these weird different motions that you will come into in life. So prepare your body for those things. So we're gonna get ready to go. We're gonna work our way up here. Nothing super heavy. We're probably gonna go maybe like a 7, 8 RPE, sets of 3 on these. So we'll see how they go. I haven't done pause bench in a while, so especially with bands. And I did bands last week on, I don't remember what bench I did. I just been regular bench, but the bands really crush you at the top once it gets heavier. This is really low. Yeah, way too low. Oh crap, I forgot the one band is a lot tighter than the other one too. Need to raise this.
I think if I knew that we were going to have Edmonton win,
When you realize you are crooked and put the rack at a different height on one side and the other.
yeah. Okay, see, Indiana, if you said we got a game 7, it doesn't matter who wins, I'm fine with that. But with hockey, if Edmonton had a chance to win the cup out of Canada, that'd be pretty special. It's just Florida, they have to win. And by the way, Dylan, our resident gambler, said that the over-under, I think they've gone over the goals scored. Edmonton, I think it's 6.5 goals coming up tonight, which means it's going to go over again. Yeah, that's what Dylan goes. That means it's going to go under. Yeah, you gamble, I don't. Yes.
I thought you were supposed to bet
next up we're gonna go vertical pressing, pulling. So we're gonna go overhead, just straight up dumbbell overhead press, and then we are going to, actually no, sorry. We're gonna do one arm, single arm overhead press. Work on that so arms aren't working together. Then we're gonna do pull-ups, but we're gonna do, every set is gonna be a little bit different. So the first set, we're gonna do a 20-second iso hold at the top, or somewhere around the top, not quite at the top. And then we're gonna, after that 20 seconds up, we're gonna hit as many reps as we can. Second set, we are gonna go, we're gonna do a 30-second slow lower. So we're gonna jump up to the top and just slow 30 seconds on our way down. And last set, we're just gonna do our regular pull-ups, max amount of reps as we can do. So a little bit change it up. So every set's gonna be a little bit different. A lot of times you'll do that in phases, like 3 weeks or 4 weeks will be a certain thing, next 4 weeks will be the next. You don't have to do that. You can do it every different set. Every set, you can do every rep, whatever you want. Change up your training, make training fun. This is how to add a little bit of variability, variety in your training without making it too like just outlandish, so to speak. So first set, iso hold followed by reps. Second set, slow lower. The third set is just gonna be regular pull-ups, as many reps as we can get. So we'll start with single arm overhead press. We're just go sets of 5 here each arm. Well, I haven't done these in a while, so we'll see what we can do. Start with our left hand. Start with if you're doing single arm, single leg stuff, obviously just start with the less dominant, or what you perceive as your weaker side, just because then you're not, right arm's really strong, you're doing 50 more pounds on your right arm than you are your left arm. So again, mine are fairly similar because I've been training it long enough, but if you're just starting out especially, you might not know, but it's always good to start with your weaker side on unilateral work.
Baseball as to about the historical significance of the other team's pitching.
I think unless it was bases loaded in a one-run game where Todd was tight or really had to hit with the pitch, anything less than that game.
Do you have a problem with somebody trying to pitch for Nolan Ryan?
Yes.
To break it up?
You know how I feel about Nolan Ryan.
I love Nolan Ryan.
He's a different pitcher, maybe not so
I
much.
love Nolan Ryan.
That's good.
So young.
All right, so first set of pull-ups. We're gonna do the iso hold. You gotta make sure I can see this. So if you count in your head, you usually count fast, so I like to have the actual time. So I'll jump up, hold at the top, 20 seconds. I'll see if we can get any rep. All right, next up, second set, slow lower. So we're gonna jump up to the top and just slowly lower to the bottom for 30 seconds. Sounds fun? It's not that fun. It's a lot tougher than it seems. I think the longest I've ever done was like a minute lower. We'll stick with 30 for today. It's going a little too slow. Final pull-up set here. We're just gonna max out, see how many reps we can get. Body weight, probably not a ton. Well, let's go for 10. A bit of arm pump, iso holds. So we're gonna hit biceps. We're gonna do 4-way bicep curls. So we're gonna go 7 reps each way. So we're gonna start with just a regular curl, boom. Hammer curl, boom. Zotman curl, boom, 1 rep. And then we're gonna go to the side. Just like, I don't even know what to call it, so it's a wider curl, dumbbell curl. So it's 7, just each of those, boom. We're not gonna go super heavyweight, but we're gonna pump them up. 2 sets of those. We're gonna go iso, ring dip iso hold. So hold down at that bottom, get a good stretch. You iso hold, build some resilience in the tissues, the pecs, the triceps. And then we're just gonna go single arm hang. In baseball season, I like to use hangs all the way, all throughout the year, but especially in season, throwing a lot, just a lot of building up, getting a good stretch, getting a good feel of iso hold, a good iso hold, get a good feeling in the shoulders, build some grip strength, build some forearm, just overall, just great arm care in season. So single arm, you're really getting even more of a stretch, get that spine kind of decompress as well, and allow it to move better, to feel better. So if you are a overhead athlete, baseball, tennis, volleyball, use a lot more hangs. You don't need all the stupid band stuff, like all these and these. The band stuff is not, I don't find it that helpful. Maybe it works for you. It might be a placebo, and if it's a placebo that is working for you, good. But try some of this other stuff. Use rings, use hanging, pull-ups, chin-ups, regular strength training. Full body training is good arm care as well. Nutrition, sleep, that's the best arm care you can get. But as far as specific things directly for your arms, you're not going to find much better for hanging, especially post the day after throwing, or even day of throwing. Do it every day, honestly, because decompresses your shoulders, decompresses your spine, gets everything feeling a little bit better and able to move a little bit better within the socket of the shoulder joint there. So I'll start with our biceps, our curls. See how this goes. I don't know how this is going to feel for weight. So regular hammer, Zotman. Probably gonna lose count. One more. Yeah, that's a good weight.
Like the show. Well, if you can make into a limerick about this whole situation, that would be amazing. All right, let me see if I can difference you craft up a limerick here. Let's see, Duke and Boise. Hi, Duke. What's on your mind?
Hey Dan, thanks for taking my call. 61215. For folks that are kind of clutching their pearls about like Johnny Bench or my kid yesterday, he's trying to flex up a perfect game. I pitched at Sonoma State, tiny little D3 school years ago. We had a kid on Friday who had a perfect game going into the 7th. Catcher kind of leading to one, broke up the perfect game. Unwritten rule, no swing, all that stuff.